We have 30 days. 30 brutal days to gather everything we need. Technology, weapons, armor, food, and fighters. When the time is up, we march across the planet toward the signal, an abandoned ship waiting to be claimed. Every enemy colony in our path must burn. No one gets left behind. When we reach the ship, we must hold it for 15 days against relentless attacks from every faction that wants to stop us. If we survive, we escape. Do I have good modern army? No, I only have my tribe. 5 warriors, 2 veterans, 3 genetically engineered hussars, every one of them trained for war. Can I beat Rimworld on losing is fun, starting as a wild tribe? Let's find out. Now we have 30 days to prepare for the long journey. But first, I'll arm each pawn with one of these primitive weapons. After looking at the map, I think the best place for our temporary base could be here. So I'll build a base here, and now it is time to set up a farming zone around it. Potatoes will be grown here, and I'll put cotton next to it. I think potatoes will be the best because we don't have to take care of them so often, and cotton is good for clothing and armor. Here at this spot, I will make a storage, and then next to it, I would like to build a kitchen in the future. Our research table is built, and I am thinking about what to research, whether electricity, smithing, complex furniture, or complex clothing. I will research complex clothing, and then at some point in the future, I will research smithing and electricity. This is my ideology that I play with. Raiding, slavery, and everything like that is in my ideology. To make it hard, I put in there that I'm not allowed to harvest organs and that cannibalism is disgusting. So there will be fewer war crimes in this playthrough, but at least I will suffer more. Since we don't have any good animals, I decided to have all 3 of our pets killed. I'm going to make on this place our new landfill. And just now the second day started, which means that we only have 29 days left, then we will have to go to the spaceship. I'm not even sure if it's possible to prepare for something so demanding in just 30 days, but we'll see. I'll do everything for it. Our kitchen is almost ready, but since we have no electricity, we won't have a refrigerator, which means the meat will spoil very quickly. When we leave in 30 days, we will need some food, and because I won't research packed survival meals, I will be making pemmican. I need to prepare as much of it as possible, but now it's too early to start thinking about it. Combat supplier is here. I will sell him our components to get some extra silver. I'd really like to buy some firearms, but I don't have any silver. Noon of the 3rd day, one of our colonists is cooking first meals. Research is also looking good, and so far, everything seems to be on track. This same day, we decided to open Ancient Danger, and luckily for us, there was only one big insect and then some small ones, but everything went well. On the afternoon of the 4th day, we began to tame the animals that will be one day very important for our colony. We're starting to run out of food, so I killed almost all the animals on the map, and now I'm going to start butchering them, and then we will cook as many simple meals as possible. We will use the leather we get from butchered animals for sleeping bags, because my colonists have been sleeping on the ground for almost a week because we don't have researched beds. I'm going to expand our storage a little more because it's getting small for our needs. I haven't opened everything in Ancient Danger yet, so I'm going to set up a traps here, because there are more sleep capsules than our colonists, so there's a big risk that they could defeat us if they have modern weapons. Attempt number 5 to tame at least some animals, because so far we have been unsuccessful. We still haven't managed to tame a single animal. Before we open Ancient Danger, I'll prepare a small prison, so we have somewhere to put the prisoners. I'd like to recruit at least 2 good soldiers, because we'll be leaving in 21 days, so when we get to that ship, we'll have to defend it for 15 days, and that will require more than just 5 soldiers. Just in case someone didn't understand this challenge, I now have 30 days to prepare, and then I have to leave my base, get to the signal where the ship is hidden for me. That's a journey almost across the entire planet, and then, as I said, we will have to defend our new ship. And now we've received a quest where I can get 8 honor for one of our colonists, so I'm definitely accepting this quest. So we successfully completed this extremely easy quest. We just finished researching smithing. I would probably research plate armor or complex furniture next, but right now, I'll probably prioritize researching complex furniture. It took 2 days, and just now, on the 12th day, we finished researching complex furniture. Next, I decided to have electricity researched. This research will take an extremely long time, so hopefully we'll have time to research it before we leave this base, because we only have about 18 days left. And now it's time to open the ancient danger. Luckily, I set the traps, otherwise it would have been a disaster. So everything went well, and we even acquired some modern weapons, which will be extremely useful to us in a few days. We even managed to capture one of them, but we'll probably execute him anyway. On the morning of the 13th day, we finished building 3 flower pots in our room for everything, and now the wooden floor is being finished. Hopefully, my pawns will have less mental breakdowns. Very early in the morning of the 14th day, I changed the research to plate armor. I think that will be much better in a life or death fights than some electricity. I'm a little worried that there's only about half the time left and we don't have any food in stock for the journey yet. That could be a problem if we don't do something about it. A new month has started, and that means we are already halfway through the preparation, and I feel like we have nothing ready yet. Only 30 days to prepare seems like a really tough challenge, and I'm honestly curious to see if we will be able to finish Rimworld, or if Randy will destroy me because I'm playing on the hardest difficulty. Yes, self-tamed squirrel, Randy, thank you for giving me such an incredibly useful animal. We just researched plate armor. I think it will be extremely important to have some kind of protection for the colonists, because we will have to withstand attacks for 15 days straight with only a couple of colonists. That will be extremely demanding. That's why my 3 colonists are genetically modified super soldiers and have, for example, 4 times faster wound healing. But that won't be enough. We have to get more weapons, and it would be nice to get new colonists who can fight. I don't know if I've said this before, but I guess not so. Look, the colonists don't sleep on the ground like animals anymore, but everyone has their own good quality sleeping bag. I gave them a sleeping bag on purpose because when we go on that expedition in a few days, they'll come in handy because we won't be dragging our beds with us. We successfully managed to tame the 4th muffalo. They will be important because they will increase the carrying capacity of our expedition. It's just a shame that we don't have more of them. Ideally, I would like about 10 to 15 of them, but here on the map, there are only about 5 of them, which is not a very good situation. It's 4 a.m. on the 20th day. That means only 10 days left. Today I decided it was time to build a fueled smithy, and since we have a lot of steel, I would like to have as much plate armor made as possible. It's not exactly the best armor in the game, but it's the best available to us at the moment, and it's better to have weak armor than none at all. Also, we will make few simple helmets. They cost almost nothing to make and are definitely better than nothing. We butchered a lot of animals, and that's why we have a lot of meat in the fridge. But since we don't have electricity, it's starting to spoil, so we have to cook something from it as soon as possible so we don't lose too many valuable supplies. That would be unnecessary. On the 21st day, we received what we were waiting for, a quest called Ship to the Stars. We will try to complete this quest. Our old friend sent us the coordinates of his abandoned ship, which we can use to escape from this planet. But the problem is that we have to get to it first. Now I see it. The journey to the ship that can save us from here is 41 days long. That's extremely far, and the journey will take almost 3/4 of a year, which if we can reach the destination, it will be the longest successful expedition I've ever done. but it will be incredibly demanding, so we have to prepare as much as we can because we have only 9 days for it. Once we get out, supplies and equipment will be very difficult to find. This was too dangerous and long hunt for just one wolf. I'll check the entire map and have the colonists mine every single valuable metal and mineral they find. Because when we leave this base, money will be very useful, and this is one of the few ways to make at least a small amount of money in such a short period of time. So we will quickly build a second field because we have very little food, so I'll try to save it a little. Hopefully it's not too late. Ambrosia is ready to harvest. That's a lot of money for us. And besides, ambrosia is also a very useful drug that is very safe and gives a nice mood buff to your colonists. One of the colonists is currently trying to tame the last muffalo. And he did it. I can't believe my eyes. It only took about 20 days to tame 5 muffalos. Incredible. Thank you, Rimworld God. Now I would like to ask for some kind of reward for my patience. For example, a man-hunter pack in which there will be 350 angry squirrels. That would be amazing from you, Randy. Since we have very few animals that will help us carry things in our caravan, we will try to tame at least a few alpacas. They are not the best animals for carrying things, but unfortunately, it looks like Randy won't give us anything better. At least I think alpacas are cute. After 24 days, we are finally going to harvest our cotton. I don't know what to do with it. There is no time to produce anything anymore. This was a mistake. I should have grown some corn or something more useful instead. A quest has arrived. Some man is being chased by wild animals. He asks for help, so we will help him. Good, well, he won't help us much in combat, but at least he can build, so he will help us build fortifications and things like that. That's also very important. In my opinion, in Rimworld, 50% of every fight is mainly about tactics and preparedness. So, better background, better combat performance of the colonists. Attack is here. This was a disappointing. I was expecting much bigger attack, but wealth of our colony is not particularly high, so you can't expect much. But the danger is still here, so hopefully we can handle it just as well. I'm a little worried if everyone will have time to treat their wounds, because otherwise my pawns will bleed out quickly. So these are probably all the attacks behind us. I'm glad that my pawns have increased their shooting skills because it will come in handy. But in general, we handled this attack very well. No serious injuries or any lasting consequences. We simply won clearly. Hopefully my colonists will be this accurate and dominant for the rest of this challenge, which will enter its second phase in 3 days. We just ran out of fuel in the stove because we've been making pemmican for hours now. We need to stock up on not only food, there are really only a few days left. The quest came. The colonist is free for the price of war, but since one of the conditions of this challenge is that I have to attack every faction I pass by, I don't mind this. And he has really good and useful qualities. Now, we just have to defeat that attack, which will be difficult, as we haven't recovered from the last attack yet. This soldier's armor is incredible. This dude has already taken about 15 hits, and he is still perfectly fine as if nothing happened. But he already took down 2 of our pawns. We've almost killed him, so let's imprison him and then steal his armor. Now that we've taken all of the poor guy's armor and we steal his weapons, we're going to execute him on top of everything else. We need to boost the morale of our colonists, which, if the execution is successful, can help us a lot. If you know about mod that I can use to make sure the entire field is harvested as a priority, please write the name of the mod in the comments, because it would be really useful, because I needed to harvest all the potatoes right now. Hopefully we will have enough food. I'm pretty sure we will run out of food about 1/3 of the way through, but that's a problem for my future self. I don't really know how I'm going to solve this problem, but I have to admit that only 30 days to prepare is a very difficult challenge. Maybe you could handle it better than me, but I'm not a Rimworld veteran. If I don't count filming clips for shorts and videos, I have about 400 hours on Rimworld and about another 400 hours on the pirated unofficial version. Please don't be pirates. Please buy the official Rimworld normally and don't download unnecessary viruses into your computer. But as I said, I am not the best Rimworld player because I also play a lot of other games, so I don't have that much time for Rimworld. It's noon on the 30th day, so it's time to dismantle everything we can take with us. I won't be able to do more in this video, otherwise I would edit it by September. I have been working on this video for about 30 hours at least. So this will be the first video, then I plan to make a second video about how we get to the ship, and a third video about how we defend the ship, and then finally release the whole movie so you have everything in one place. What do you think about this idea? If you have any comments or ideas on how to improve my content, please write everything you want to the comment section. Don't forget to like if you like this video. Good night.